Hello, hello, hello. I am back. I am back. Guys, I cannot even begin to explain to you how much better I feel when I have darker hair. This is my natural hair color, like dark, dark, dark brown, almost black. I feel like that bitch. Like that bitch again. And that is the type of energy I am trying to bring to you guys today, is remembering who the fuck you are. I'm gonna try to not curse so much. It's weird because in my regular life, like, I really don't curse that much, but as soon as I have a microphone, I'm like, fuck, 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 fuck. And why is that? I think it just, I don't know. I think I just like the sound of it. I don't know. I get excited. I actually just love talking in a microphone. I love holding a microphone. I need to get a new one though, because whenever I hold this one, now I'm looking at myself, whenever I hold this one, I start to touch it in all these different areas, and all it does is make sounds. But anyways, I am back. I am on the couch, by the way. I am on my couch. So originally when I started this channel, my idea was Jules on the couch. I'm going to be on my couch. It's going to be comfy. It's going to be cozy. The vibes are going to be nice. And that is what I want it to be. And that's what I'm going to go back to. And you might be sick and tired of me, probably not, because I only have 40 subscribers, changing the name. And I love Trad Julia, but when people talk to me and they're like, what's your YouTube channel? And I'm like, oh, it's Trad Julia, Trad as in French, underscore, accent over the E. It's too much. It's too much. If I say Jules on the couch, they do ask how Jules is spelled, but that's pretty simple. It's like it could either be Gew or Gul, and I think Gul is better, like the jewels, like the smoke jewels, like the vape pens, because that's just how I like to spell it, because my name is Julia. So it would make sense. It would be the first three letters of my name. Like, let's not complicate it. Although I would love to be a jewel. Like, I'm a jewel, I'm a diamond. We don't need to be like that though. That we don't need the W. No. I want to have a lot going on in the background to make it just cozy vibes. And yeah, so we will get there eventually, but I have to sit on the couch for it to be called Jules on the fucking couch. So today for this video, I actually have nothing written down. I did not plan anything. I did not do anything. I did plan a video last week that I actually filmed, but I ended up just not posting it because in the video I was talking about how to let love in after a toxic relationship. How do you let love in? How do you trust real love again? And to be honest with you, I don't know. And I was sitting there and I'm like, I'm saying something about how to fix something when I don't even know how to do it myself, and I still struggle with it in my own life myself, because although my previous relationship did end, in my videos before that, I'm literally telling you guys, sitting there going, this is the one, this is it, this is like my true love, blah 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 blah. I am a hopeless romantic, so I get very excited. I'm also very passionate. I am very dramatic when I speak. Always been that way. Maybe it's the Pisces in me, but I don't know. Anyways, so I get very excited. I get very happy about things in my life. And when I think that someone's like the one for me, I'm gonna get excited about it, obviously. But that ended up not working out, and that's okay. Although it did end for other reasons, the person was a genuinely nice person, like not cheating, not manipulating, not doing all those crazy toxic, normal toxic things, but you know what I mean, like the normal, like, toxic things. When you think of toxic people, you think manipulator, liar, cheater, blah blah blah, all these things. And he wasn't those things. Sorry, my nose is runny, by the way. I'm allergic to cats. I do have a cat, and I don't take allergy medicine. So he was a lot of the things that I wanted in a person. But as I started to just get more intuitive and more into my, listening to my mind when it tells me things, and circumstances that went on, it had to end. I had to be the one to break things off. Although it was hard, I knew it would be best for me and it would be best for this person. So one of the things that I did take away from this experience of being in a relationship that wasn't toxic, I realized I still struggled with some things from my actual toxic relationship that I had that was 3 years long. I was still struggling with, and this wasn't like a day-to-day thing at all. This was not a day-to-day thing. There were certain things that would happen that are normal things, but I would like feel my body reacting. Like my body would react like, oh no, this person is going to yell at me. My body would react and like, oh no, this person's like not going to let me, leave or whatever. And obviously that never happened in this relationship, but it did happen in the previous one that was very toxic. And I realized even though I'm in a healthy relationship, even though I did heal a lot of the trauma from the previous relationship, even though I went to therapy, I healed so much of that, I still had remnants of it, and it would show up in this relationship. Randomly, I would like have a fear of like, uh-oh, what if this happens? And then I would just tell my brain, no, that's not going to happen. Some of the things that my brain did say were true, ended up becoming true or ended up being true. And that's why the relationship did have to then come to an end. But it wasn't the average toxic things that you think of. It was different things like just not being compatible when it came to communication, not being compatible when it came to future plans. You know what I mean? Like things like that. So it wasn't like this crazy thing, but it was still stuff that would come up in my mind that I would have to decipher. Is this real? Is this not real? And something that I've learned from this entire experience was I feel like if you do go through something very traumatic or a very toxic relationship where there's lying, cheating, manipulation, like crazy fights, blah, 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 you will get into a healthy relationship and you can let the love in, but you're gonna be like a little guarded in the way like you can't just fully let go. And you're not going to be able to fully let go and fully let your guard down and fully just be calm until you don't have those thoughts coming to you. And what I mean by that is that's how you know it's not the right person. And that's how I figured out that this might not be the right person, because it's like, why do these things keep coming into my mind? And it's not he's going to cheat, he's going to manipulate, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. It was more so like, uh-oh, I don't know if this is going to align. I don't know if that's going to align. And those were actually real reasons why it ended. If you're an intuitive person and things just kind of come to you like they come to me, until like those things that are coming at you, if they come to you and you hear them in your mind, like this person's gonna lie, and you know that they're not lying to you, like they're not lying to me, but it keeps coming to you. It's trying to tell you like, but this person maybe has lied to you, or this person may lie to you. And it's that intuition that's coming to you. And for so long, for the longest time, I would always push it out. I would always be like, I don't want to believe this. Why is this coming to me? I don't want to think this way. I don't want to think this about this person. But then it ended up being true. And basically, the idea, I guess, and what I want to get across today is even if you don't have like the strongest intuition in the world, you have to believe not believe everything, but like take into account the things that do come to your mind. Take into account those things. Journal and write them down. I didn't like journal and write them down, but I did like, I thought about them. I thought, why is this coming to my mind? Why is this happening to me? Why is this randomly coming to me? And randomly, like my brain went, this is not your person. And I was like, oh, because I didn't want to believe that. Because in my head, I'm like, this is my person. This is going to be it. This is going to be great. Things are going well. And that happened. The thought came across my head. And it wasn't even like I was trying to think of this thought. It just blatantly just went, this is not your person. And I was like, no. And I didn't know what to do with that information. And so I started to think more about the actual relationship, and not just the relationship, but that person solely on their own as a whole. What wasn't going right? What were things that maybe I would change if I could? Or what did I maybe thought wasn't as compatible. And when I started to actually sit and think and then ask more questions and listen more, then I realized this might not be my person. And then a situation happened where I was like, okay, this isn't, because my person would not do this to me. Listen to your intuition when it comes through. If it's something that you aren't sitting there thinking about, but it just comes to you, what I've learned is to listen to it, think about it, and start to actually believe it as truth in a way. And that might sound bad. And I'm not talking about anxious thoughts. I'm not talking about hypothetical things like, oh my God, your brain is like freaking out and he's cheating on me. Oh my God, I think he's cheating on me. It's not like that. It's not going into that anxious mode. Intuition's different, and you'll know when it's intuition because it just comes to you and you're like, wait, what? I didn't think that. Why is that randomly coming to my mind? What's going on? Versus an anxious thought is like, oh, I got cheated on before. I think he's going to cheat on me, blah, 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 blah. Like, it's a different way of thinking. And you know that it's an intuition when it kind of just, you don't feel anxious. You're not sitting there and you're feeling the anxiety of this person might lie, or what if this person's not who they say they are. It's not like that. It almost just comes to you clear as day in your head. And it's just like you almost pause. You almost pause. Like, I can still remember when that thought came to my mind. I remember I was sitting on my couch. I went to go grab my coffee and pick up my coffee. And all of a sudden, it just, this isn't your person. And I go, oh, what? Why is this happening right now? It's so crazy because ever since I tapped into this more and I started reading this book called like Psychic Abilities or something like that. And I'm not trying to say I'm psychic, but like I started to kind of dabble into my intuition more. And I feel like ever since I started to, things just come to me. And instead of questioning it so hard, I start to like, okay, this came to me for a reason. Why did this come to me? And then I think about it and think about, if this is fact, why would that be fact? And then I start analyzing other things. And then that's when I come to my conclusion that that's just how it's supposed to be. And that the thought that came to my head, that just came to me, was supposed to come to me. And where does it come from me? Does it come from spirit? Does it come from God? Does it come from the universe? Does it come from, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it comes from God. I don't know if it's just like your mind just does something. I really don't know. But I know that the more you tap into your spiritual side, like you're meditating, you're maybe listening to worship music. Like, I listen to worship music a lot, and I sing worship music a lot when I'm at home alone and stuff like that. And it really calms me down. And I meditate. And when I meditate, then I pray and praying and all those things. And I ask God for answers a lot of the time. I ask him, to help me to decide on things, help me to see people for who they really are, help me to not, waste my time, like just give me guidance in this life, because a lot of the times I don't know, and I don't want to be too excited about something that I just completely overlook other things. And I feel like a lot of people do that in their life. They get excited about something, they completely overlook all the other aspects, and they're just like full steam ahead. I'm excited. I'm in love. This is it. I'm happy. Like, everyone leave me alone. Like, block me out. It's crazy. And I went back and I watched my own dating 101 video after this breakup, and I realized I wasn't even listening to my own advice. Like, I was almost talking in that video, which is a great video, which I learned something from when I watched it a second time around. I learned I need to listen to my own advice, because if I watch that video back, I sense a feeling of like my intuition was already kind of working for me then, because when I was making that video and I'm saying, don't settle for anything. Oh, it's okay if someone's not the same religion as you, as long as they accept it. And I was watching it again and I'm like, wait a minute, no, I'm making an excuse for myself when I know that I want someone who is my same religion, who I do want someone who believes in the same thing as me. I always said, oh, it doesn't matter, it's okay, just be open-minded. No, I actually do want someone who's the same religion as me. I do want someone that believes in the same thing as me. And that's not being rude. That's not me being like picky. That's just that's okay. Like, a lot of people are like that. A lot of people won't even date people that aren't the same religion as them. And that's not being rude. And that doesn't mean I think that the person's a bad person at all. They were very accepting of my religion, which I always was very grateful for. Like, everyone I've ever dated was never the same religion as me, but they accepted it and they would go to church with me and they would do those things with me. But now I'm coming to realization of like, no, but I want someone that's the same religion as me. Like that, you know how nice that would be? Like, I could talk to them about it. We can pray together. We can do this together. And it's like they actually believe it. Like, coming from a different place of actually believing it in it versus doing it because I'm doing it. Like, doing it out of their own desire, their own want, their own curiosity. It's way different when someone's doing something for themselves versus doing something for you. And that is also something that I wanted to touch on, is always do things for you, because if you're doing them for someone else, and I'm not meaning like acts of service and stuff, I'm talking about actual goals, dreams, aspirations, life, things that you want to do it for yourself and because you want to. Yes, there's compromise in relationships, but don't try to fake or be something that you're not to mold into someone else's life and be codependent. Like, that's not a healthy way to live. And then you're not even getting to know your true self. You are getting to know yourself in the shadow of someone else, meaning their shadow's here and you're here and they're living their life and you're just following along. And they want to do this, and then you're just going to do it too because you love them and that's what they want to do, so you're just going to go do it. And that's not a way to live. You have to do things because you want to. You have to want things because you want them. You have to be passionate about the things that you want and go after the things that you want, because that's the only way you're going to go after them. If you want them, you're not going to go after things that someone else wants. You're going to go after the things that you want because you want to. Yeah, I don't know. This video is kind of all over the place, so I apologize. But for anybody who needs to hear this, if you are with someone who is a good person, who's a great person, who's a nice person, but you're just kind of not really sitting there and analyzing the aspects of the relationship, and you're just kind of floating on by like, I love this person. It's like, why do you love this person? And are they everything that you actually want, or are you settling? And it doesn't even have to be a matter of settling like they're below you or something. That doesn't mean anything. It might just mean you're not compatible. And I feel like a lot of people also are kind of codependent off of other people, and they are with people to kind of hide and kind of cover up the areas of themselves and the areas of their life that they don't like, or maybe the areas of their life where they don't have any direction, and then they meet this person with all this direction and they're like, yeah, I'm just gonna like do what they want to do and follow them, and like that's gonna be my life. Like, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool taking the back seat. It's like, no, don't be cool taking the back seat. You're the driver's seat of your life. You are on the pedestal. You are putting yourself first. You need to be selfish with the things that you want. And if you're okay just sitting in the back seat and letting someone else drive your life, that's not good. That's not good, because that means you have lack of drive, you have lack of motivation. You need to actually sit there and take control of your life. If you have to lie about parts of your life, if you have to cover up parts of your life because you don't like it and you don't want to be honest with the person that you're with, that's not good. You want to be able to date someone and be like, this is what's going on in my life. This is where I live. This is my job. This is where I went to school. This is what I do every day. This is my daily hobbies. This is what I believe in. And if you say it with this like this insecurity, or this like, you say it in a way that's not exciting, or you say it in this way that's like, yeah, this is kind of what's going on, like, no one's going to want to be around that. You want to be like, this is what I'm doing. And even if you don't have a job, like, I don't have a job right now, but guess what? I am finally filming content. I'm applying to jobs every single day. I'm taking up other jobs that I don't necessarily want to do just to make money. I am finding my daily routine and finally on a perfect sleeping schedule where I wake up at a normal time instead of sleeping till like 2, or no, sorry, not 2, but sometimes I would sleep until 2. Noon, going to sleep at like 4 in the morning. Like, now it's like I go to sleep at like 11, I wake up at 9, or I wake up at 8, and I make my coffee and I go on a walk, and I go like, and I've been running and I go up and down the stairs and I do these like, and I go to church, and I wanted to join a sport this year. I joined a pickleball group within my church group. And now I already went once. I bought the paddle and all that, and it was so much fun, and I was actually naturally really good at it, and I was like, this is freaking fun. Like, I feel cool right now. And so I'm like, okay, got that out of the way. I go do my hiking group thing. I go on way more hikes now, which I used to do a long time ago, and I loved it so much, and I always like felt so good after doing it, and now I'm doing that again. Long form hikes, like 6 miles, 7 mile, whatever. I'm back in my grind, and it's like, it feels like really, really good to be back in that like grind of forwardness. And like, even though I don't have a job right now, that's fine, because I'm going to have one, and I'm going to get it, and I'm going to achieve it. Because for me, there's never an option of going back down. There's never an option of going back. There's never that option. Oh, well, what if it just doesn't work out? It's like, well, what if it does work out? Have the optimistic way of thinking, and have the optimistic way of being in your life, to where going back is never an option. Like, you keep going forward, 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 forward. And whoever needs to hear this, you need to know that you can keep going forward on your own. I saw a video the other day of this girl like, oh, starting over at age 27, living with my parents because my boyfriend broke up with me, and I had to leave the city that I was living in and leave our apartment, and I don't have any friends because all of my friends were his friends. And like, this whole, like, her whole life, her whole entire life had to go back to square one and starting over because her boyfriend broke up with her. What? I would never put myself in that situation, and I don't want any of you to put yourself in that situation. You need to live the life and live where you want to live, and have the job that you want to have, and have the finances that you need to have to stand and be on your own, and have your own friends, and have your own hobbies, and have your own things going on in life, to where you wouldn't have to start over. Can you imagine if this girl had a great job, was completely financially independent, and he broke up with her, and she has her own friends, and she's like, okay, bye, and let me go stay at a friend's house for a little bit until I find my own place. Gets her own place, can pay for it, totally fine. Still gets to stay in the city that she wants to live in, instead of having to move all the way back home to her hometown and be in her childhood bedroom in her parents' house. That sounds like hell. That actually sounds like hell. Like, yeah, great for you that you're not homeless and on the streets, because obviously that would suck. And I know that if that's the only option for some people, obviously go do it. But that sounds like literal hell. I don't ever want any one of you to be in a situation where you have to go back, start over from square one in your late 20s because some asshole, some idiot wanted to break up with you. Or even the other way around, where you have to stay with someone even though the relationship is toxic as hell, because they are your support system financially, and they are your only friend, and they are the only person that you know. Do not let someone isolate you. Don't let someone be the ruler of your life, and like, without them you can't even function because you don't have anything going for yourself. It's like that is so depressing. It's so depressing. And I know that, there can be situations where that can happen, and it's like, maybe she had no choice. Yes, I understand that. But for the people that do have the choice of like working hard and making it work on their own, I advise it. Don't interlock so quickly, and don't interlock your life with someone so fast. And that's something that even I have to tell myself too. You can move in before you're engaged, because I feel like it is good to move in and to get to know the person before you are engaged. But don't interlock your lives so much. Like, have all the same friends. Like, live in a place where like only you guys can afford it if you are both splitting, or only he can afford it. Like, no, you don't want to put yourself in that situation. Like, my advice is always, I don't want to ever have to change my lifestyle because a man. I don't want to ever have to downgrade my lifestyle because a man breaks up with me. I want to be living the same lifestyle that I live, that I built for myself, because I built it for myself and no one could take that away from me. And you know how powerful that feels when you're like, yeah, I have this life and I live this life and no one could take this from me. And I know that like I was given this life for a reason, but not only given, but you worked your ass off for a certain lifestyle and now you're finally living it and no one could take that away from you. It's the best feeling in the world. And now when you go out into the world and you're looking for love, it's not out of place of lack. Because now when that girl goes and dates, she's going to want a guy with a lot of money. She's going to want a guy that lives in his own apartment in the city. Meanwhile, she's living in a bedroom in her parents' house. It's like, you look like a damsel in distress. Like, help me, I'm in my parents' house and I don't have a job and I can't live in the city. I don't have any friends and I'm starting from square one. It's like you're coming out of a place then of less of want and more of a need. Like, I need this man. I need this job. I need to live in the city again. I want my old life back. And trust me, like right now, it is a stressful time for me because I don't have a job, but I'm doing everything in my power to make it freaking work because going back is not an option. And that's something that we all need to keep in our mind. A fallback plan is never an option. Yes, you can have a plan B. That is fine. But a fallback, that means you're going back a step into a previous area of your life where you weren't in the place that you are right now. You don't want to go back. You don't want to fall back. You don't want to have a setback. Like a setback in life is, losing a job. That's a setback in life. A major setback and a fallback in life would be losing my apartment, losing my car, losing this, losing that. It's like I will do everything in my power to keep those things because I can't and I refuse. I refuse to fall back. And you kind of have to come up with that mindset yourself. I refuse to fall back. I refuse to go back. I'm not doing that. Like, I'm going to stand on my own 2 feet and I'm going to be able to support myself no matter what. I'm going to make sure that I will not suffer and I'm going to make sure that I do not fall back. And at times when it does get scary, when it does get to a point of like, like I'm not finding a job in time, I'm not doing this in time, there's always other options. And always try to remain optimistic, even in the moments of stress, even in the moments where you're worried, which sometimes I have those moments. But when I sit and I pray and I look at Bible verses and I realize like God will always catch you before you fall. God will always be there. Put your worries, like give it to God and just keep doing what you can do. Keep doing the controllables. Keep doing what you can do. Keep applying to jobs. Keep applying to side jobs. Keep doing what you need to do to get where you need to go. But that's all you can do. Don't sit there and stress out and then just not even do anything. Do what you need to do. Pray about it. Give your stress, give your worry to God. Do all you can do, because then when you lay your head on the pillow at the end of the night, you're going to be thinking, I applied to jobs. I did everything that I can do. I'm taking care of myself, like physically, mentally, and emotionally. I prayed. I'm letting it go. I'm doing my deep breaths so I don't feel stressed. And that's all I can do. And when I say trust God, I mean actually sit there and really trust, because it's hard. I have moments too where I'm like, hello, like, are you going to come through? Like, we're getting close. And then I'm like, no. Don't let that fear set in, because that fear is the devil. It's not a good way to be. Don't let that fear set in. You have to sit there and truly believe in your heart and your soul. I trust that God is going to catch me. I trust that He is seeing all the work, the hard work that I'm doing, and it's going to pay off. I trust that no matter what, I applied to this job. I applied to all these jobs. Yeah, there's hundreds of applications, but I trust that God is going to put my application to the top of that list and it's going to be seen and I'm going to get an interview and I'm going to get that job. And if I don't get that job, I'm going to get another job and it's going to be okay. And these side jobs that I'm applying to, that I'm getting, because I actually recently got a few side jobs that pay these jobs are going to suffice. These jobs are going to provide me with what I need to be provided with, which is a roof over my head, food, and to be able to pay for like the things that I need to pay for, right? And that's all I can do. That's all you can do. And you need to trust God's timing, because if you look back in your past, which I've had done this before, looking back in my past and seeing God always provided. He provided the place. He provided the car, he provided the friends, he provided the community, he provided the food, he provided the finances, he provided bing, 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 boom, boom. He provided everything at all times. And even when it got really close, and I got really scared and I started getting a little anxious, that's the moment where your faith is being tested the most. And that is when you need to sit down and just pray, just let it out. And I did this like maybe 2 weeks ago or a week ago, because after my relationship ended, I'm like, fuck, I thought that person was the one. Well, that's okay. The one will come to me when it's time. And when God's time, it'll happen. It'll come to me. And I lost my job, and that's okay. Another job will come to me. And it was like the year of my mom's death anniversary. And I'm like, I'm really sad. I really miss her. I really wish I could talk to her. And I just felt like everything was kind of crashing down. And I just cried and I prayed and I literally knelt on the ground and was like, please, God, come through. Like, come through. And all I could hear in my head, again with the intuition thing, was just coming into my head. Trust me. Don't worry. Relax. Rest. Trust me. Don't worry. Relax. Rest. And I kind of just read it like just, and also keep going, keep working, keep going, like as in keep applying to jobs, keep doing your YouTube, keep going, keep working out every day, keep taking care of yourself. Like, don't just stop. Like, you keep going, you rest, but you also keep going. Trust in me, and just everything's going to work out. And that's truly what I believe. And since I just went through moments of down, 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 I believe I'm going to go through moments of up, 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 up. Because something that you have to remind yourself is any time that you're struggling and any time that you're going through something, you're always going to come back up. What goes down must come up. What goes up must come down too. But like, what comes down must go up. So any time that you're going down, 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 you're going to come up, 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 up. And you're going to receive blessing after blessing after blessing after blessing. If you just went through something that was like, oof, thing after thing after thing, I feel like I'm getting like, this is the time in my life where I'm like, I'm getting beat up right now. I'm getting fucking beat. But guess what? It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And it's going to go up, up, up. And the blessings are going to come through, come through, come through. And I hope that for anyone that's watching this, that is going through, that feels like they're getting beat up in life right now, like beat after beat after beat, try to have the gratitude and try to look around at the things that you can enjoy. For example, I'm so thankful for my sister. I'm so thankful for my best friend. I'm so thankful I still have a roof over my head. I'm so thankful I have food to eat. I'm so thankful for, it can be the silliest thing. I'm so thankful my hair's dark and long again because now I feel like a bad bee. It can be any of those things. It's like, what are you thankful for? I'm thankful that I can watch a show on TV. Like, people are out on the streets right now in the freezing cold that can't even eat any food. I thank God I don't have any addictions. People are out right now who are struggling, who don't even have money, and when they get money, they can only spend it on the thing that they're addicted to because they have a hold over them. I thank God I don't have that. I thank God I have 2 legs and I have 2 eyes. I could see, I could walk, I can do like the simple things that people would kill for. You have. If you can see and you could walk and you could talk and you could breathe, that's already enough to be thankful for, right? So anyone that is going through stuff though right now and you feel like you got beat up, try to look at the positives. Keep doing what you can do. Keep doing the controllables. And in time, you will see the light at the end of the tunnel. And it's going to shine so bright. And you're not going to be crying anymore from sadness and from like stress. You're going to be crying with the feeling of like, like a deep sigh of relief. Like, thank you, God, the time has come and I am receiving all the blessings. This is so incredible. This is what I was waiting for. Because time and time again in the Bible, it says, we make plans and God laughs, number one. And the other one is you pray for something and God will give you 10 times more of whatever you prayed for. You prayed for this job, you prayed for this relationship, you prayed for this thing, and it's going to be like 20 times better than you could even imagine. And it will. Trust me. I am a living example of this with things in my life, and I will never ever take those things for granted. And if they were given to me and blessed to me by God, and also, by my hard work too, but like by God, then they're not going to just be ripped out and taken from me. I might be tricked and thinking like, oh, look, you lost your job. You might not be able to keep the things that I gave to you, that I blessed you with. But you know what that is? That is the devil. That is the evil. That is not what you need to be listening to. That is a negativity speaking. Block it out. Don't listen to it. Like, let that shit go, because don't listen to that, because that is a lie. That is a lie. Okay? That is a lie. Don't listen to that. But all I have to say after 30 minutes of speaking is this video, I guess. I'm trying to even think what this was about. Intuition, I guess. Listening to your intuition, but also to have hope and have faith and hold on, and that things are going to be okay. And that I know this is the beginning of 2025, and I believe that 2025 is going to be one of the best years. But something that I also realized is that even though we've gone through this tough year or tough last year, 2024, and even though it still feels like life is beating us up right now, I think there's going to be a switch. Now, I don't know if it's going to be in February, but I feel like it is going to be in February. There's just going to be a switch, and everything's just going to start pouring in. All the things that we've been praying for, all the things that we've been hoping for, all the things that we've been asking for, they're just going to start flooding in. And life is going to be beautiful, and it's going to be great. And it's still beautiful right now, but it's going to be even more beautiful. And we're going to get all the things that we've been asking for and praying for and hoping for. And all our dreams are going to come true. And this year truly will be the best year. So just hold on. Just hold on. I know it's tough. I know it's hard. You're not the only one. You are not the only one going through something right now. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only one, but no, there's a lot of people going through stuff right now. Just think about the people that literally lost their house in an LA fire. Like, come on. There's a lot of people going through stuff right now. So just hold on to the hope. Hold on to the hope, because things will be okay. Okay? Okay. I hope you like this video, and please like, subscribe, comment, share, whatever you want to do. The new name is going to be back to the old name, Jules on the Couch, which is good because that's the same email I signed up with this channel. When I get a job again, when I start raking it in again, this setup will be gorge, and I'm so excited. I can't wait because I have such a vision. I have such a vision for this. So everything's going to be good and everything's going to be okay. And I love you, and it's going to be okay. And I'll be praying for all of you and just wishing nothing but the best. And yeah, let me know how your life improves in the next month or two. And just hold on a little bit longer. Listen to Hold On by the Jonas Brothers. A great song. All right. Au revoir.